The woman threw her phone into the trash can. Then, she dragged her suitcase and boarded a plane bound for the United States. Meanwhile, her husband was completely unaware of this. He was celebrating his first love's child's first birthday with his first love. It wasn't until the man got home and couldn't find his wife that he noticed her absence. At that moment, he discovered a divorce agreement on the table. Seeing his wife's signature on it, he immediately panicked. He hurriedly went to his wife's room, but unexpectedly, he found his wife's diary. Only then did the man realize that his wife had long known he was faking illness and had already decided to leave him. The man was filled with regret, but it was all too late. It turned out that after many years of marriage, the husband suddenly developed a split personality. The other personality was not only hot-tempered, but also did not love his wife at all. He even shamelessly acted affectionately with his first love in front of his wife. This deeply hurt the wife. Yet, out of her deep love for her husband, she sought renowned doctors in an effort to cure his illness. Until one day, she accidentally awoke from a dream. While getting up to fetch some water, she inadvertently overheard a phone conversation between her husband and his first love. It turned out that her husband's split personality was just a ruse. Because his wife did not have a uterus and was unable to bear children, yet his family's business required an heir to inherit it. He had secretly had an illegitimate child with his first love behind her back. Once the illegitimate child was registered, he planned to stop pretending. Upon hearing these words, the woman was struck like a bolt of lightning. She recalled how, when her husband's business grew and he made more enemies, and his competitors couldn't bring him down, they turned their aggression on an innocent woman. This ultimately led to the woman suffering severe injuries and having to have her uterus removed. At that time, in an effort to comfort his wife, the man swore that as long as she lived well, he could live his whole life without having children. Now, not only had the husband broken that vow, but he had also deceived her with such despicable methods. The woman was heartbroken. She understood her husband's desire for a child, but she could not accept his betrayal of their marriage. So the next day, the woman met with her best friend and scheduled a surgery, with the intention of completely erasing all memories of her and her husband. The date was set for 7 days later. When the woman returned home, she discovered that her husband had moved in with his first love and the illegitimate child. He even threatened his wife to quickly register the child, or else the part of him that loved his wife the most would never return. At that moment, the man still considered himself extraordinarily noble, believing that everything he did was for the sake of both him and his wife. But after a day passed without any response from his wife, he threatened her again, saying that if she did not register the child, she would have to become the nanny for his first love and the child. Naturally, the woman refused his unreasonable demand, yet the man used his mother's life as a threat. Ultimately, the woman had no choice but to compromise. Unexpectedly, the first love citing the child's delicate skin, she demanded that the woman hand wash the clothes. Although the man was well aware of this, he remained indifferent, even stating that cold water was more sterilizing. But even so, the first love still wasn't satisfied. Upon seeing a photo of the man and his wife together, she instantly became jealous, and immediately demanded that the man destroy all of those photos. Though the man was extremely reluctant, the first love mentioned the child once again, so for the sake of the child, the man reluctantly agreed to her demand. Barely after the woman left the house, she saw the torn-up photos in the trash can.